Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Backwoods Escape. And today I'm going to talk about an important piece of equipment for your vehicle, because oftentimes in order to get to the backwoods, you're taking these long dirt roads where you're miles and miles and miles away from any help or anything like that. So it's important you have enough equipment, the right equipment with you to take care of your vehicle. And so one thing that is very important that a lot of people overlook is the tire pressure on their cars. Once you start getting on those dirt roads, especially when those dirt roads start getting real nasty, it's actually better to lower the tire pressure on all of your tires for two reasons. First and foremost, it's going to be able to grip the rocks better so it won't slip as much. And secondly, it's going to make it less likely that it will get punctured, because the higher the pressure, the easier it is for that tire to get punctured. The tool I have started using lately and I really love is the ARB single engine air compressor, which you can see right here. Now, I actually bought one from Ford Performance because they had a sale, and so it was cheaper than the model you get directly from ARB. But it's the same exact thing, right? If you happen to see the same thing, Ford Performance by ARB air compressor, it's the same thing as buying it directly from ARB. They just changed the coloring on the hoses, which I'll show you here in a second. The other part also here is the digital air pressure monitor. Kind of this is a two-step process. Once you get onto the dirt roads, first and foremost, you're going to want to deflate your tires to a pressure that you're comfortable with, and that's what this tool is going to be used for. And then after, before you get back on the highway, you're going to inflate it once again. Now let me actually show you what comes inside the ARB system. It comes in this very convenient toolbox with these clips right here, very easy to undo. But I like that it comes in this because it's really hard to lose it afterwards, right? So we open this up, there is the compression engine just right here, and then these are the tubes that connect to the tires themselves, and then these black cords are what connect to your battery. So the battery of your vehicle is what charges this. So you want to make sure that your car is on when you're doing this, otherwise you're going to be draining the battery of your car and you'll have another problem on your hands. So a couple things to note: if you do end up using it for 30 minutes or more, you need to let it cool off. So if you're with a group of 5 other vehicles and you're the only one with an air compressor and everyone's using your compressor, you're going to need to let it cool down. It gets real hot real fast, and if you keep on running it, then it's going to actually break the system. So let it cool down. If you're just in a single vehicle like I am right now, then it's no problem. You can do all 4 tires. You're not going to run into any issues. And this is also the single engine model. There is a dual engine model that is twice as expensive because it's 2 engines, but it can inflate and deflate your tires in a much more quicker fashion if that is something that you find is necessary for your needs. For me, the single engine is more than enough. I'm almost always by myself in my vehicle. I rarely have, a caravan of vehicles following me. Let's do a little bit of test. I'm going to go ahead and deflate my tires, and then right before I get back to the highway, I'm going to inflate them, and you'll see how it works from beginning to end. Let's get going. All right, so the first step before I get going on the road a little bit more is to deflate the tire pressure right here, because right now the tire pressure is set for when I'm on the highway, but I'm going to go through a little bit of a nasty dirt road right now. There's a lot of rocks, so I want to make sure my tires can grip properly. So the only part I actually need for this is the digital tire pressure monitor right here. For this part, you don't actually need to connect it to the engine. When it comes time to inflating, I will need to actually connect this to the actual engine itself, but we're just deflating right here. So hopefully you can see this right here, but right now it says this is 38.5 PSI. I want to lower this all the way down to 40. So all I have to do is hit this little button right here, and we'll see it go down slowly but surely. All right, so we're at 37. I'm going to take this all the way down to 30. I'm not saying that is the optimal level. It's just what I'm comfortable with, but you have to decide what is best for your vehicle. All right, 30.5, just about there. I'm gonna just leave it there. That's close enough for me. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do this to all my tires. All right, so I'm about to get back onto the highway. So I'm going to start re-inflating my tires back to their original PSI using the ARB air compressor. Now before I actually get started, I want to show you the setup. If we take a look at right here, I've got everything connected to my battery, and that battery leads down to the air compressor right here. This is the hose. It is now attached to the air compressor, and then the hose itself is attached to the, there we go, you can hear it, to the actual monitor right here, the digital monitor that tells you the PSI, and then at the very end, this is the part that goes into the tires. Once I am ready to turn on the car, this is going to light up right here. It's going to tell me that it's connected to the battery, and I have to just switch this down, and then the engine will actually turn on, the air compressor will turn on, and then I will start re-inflating my tires. So I will see you in the next step. All right, so engine's on, everything's plugged in. I'm at 27.5 PSI right now. I'm gonna get back up to 38. Let's see how long that takes. All right, there we go, 38 PSI, so in just under 2 minutes, I was able to go from 27 to 38. It's a very fast process, and now I'm gonna repeat that for all 4 tires.